To make this Dazzling Dragonfly, you'll need 18 strips. So let me show you how we're going to make these strips. They look like straws, and then you flatten them. To make that, you're going to take a piece of a magazine. The exact measurement really does not matter. I just go ahead and I cut the magazines into fourths, and that's how I have this. And then you're going to need some sort of measuring tool, rolling tool. This is a skewer that works perfectly. You could use the inside of a ballpoint pen, just whatever you happen to have. You're going to take the side that you like and put it on the bottom. You're going to go from one side, make sure you tuck that little tip in, and then you're going to roll at the angle, keeping it nice and taut. And you want an even tension. You roll, 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 and then you're going to glue the end. You can use white glue, you could use a glue stick. That's totally up to you. Just make sure that holds. Take it off, and then flatten. Let me show you that one more time. So decide what side you want. I think that's going to be interesting right here. So put the part that you like. The only part you're really going to see is this upper strip right here. So again, from one corner, the only tricky part is getting that little tip in. And then you roll it. After you've done this a few times, you really kind of get the knack for it. Glue the end. Hold it for a second. And that was not supposed to happen. But you know what? It's a magical mistake. And it happens. There we go. Then take it off and flatten. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've made a bunch of these ahead of time. So we're going to start off by making the wing. Each wing is made up of 3 of these strips. I usually start with something lighter in the middle, but that's totally up to you. And then what you do is you start at one end and you roll it using your fingers into a circle like so. And then roll it as tight as you can. Now, I know this is going to seem counterproductive, but then you're going to let go and let it swirl on its own, and then clamp it on one edge like a teardrop, and it's going to give you this nice little filigree kind of look that you would like. It's just kind of, I think, really pretty when you're making a dragonfly. And then glue that closed. And then you're going to add 2 more strips. So I'm going to go for this really bright yellow. And then I'm just going to, after you glue it, you're just going to wrap it in place. Just make sure the glue holds. And as you wrap it, the tension kind of holds it in place too while that glue is drying. And then we're going to add 1 more. And I think I like the pinks in this. The pink mixed with the dark I think is really pretty. And then glue it. You could also use a hot glue gun too. That's totally up to you. Okay? So that's going to be one of the wings. Of course, nothing wants to hold. Okay? So as you can see, that's going to be one of them. So you're going to have to make 3 more of these, which I've already done. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 that I went ahead and made before. Okay, so you can already start to see what it's going to look like. Now we're going to go ahead and make the head. The head is just one circle. So we're going to go ahead and roll it as tightly as you can. And this time we won't let go of it because you just want a tight circle for the head. While I'm doing this, it would be a great time for you to like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of the weekly tutorials. And glue that. Hold that in place for a second. So that'll be our head. Love the greens and the yellows in this. Okay, so that's my head. Now for the body, we're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 teardrops full size, and then this last teardrop I did using half just to make it a little bit smaller. So now we're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4 full size ones. So let me show you how you make the teardrop. So the teardrop is the same as the circle, except we're going to squeeze it on one end. This is a great activity to do while you're listening to TV or an audiobook. It's very relaxing. Keeps your fingers busy. Then what you're going to do is you're going to squeeze, okay? And that's going to give you the teardrop look. Okay, so then you're going to have to create 4 more of those, which I've already gone ahead and done. Two, 3, 4. And then I made this one using only half of one of these to make a really small one here. And there you have it. So let me show you. What you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and glue the wings with the thin part towards the middle, like so. Again, you could use a hot glue for this as well if you prefer. Like so. You can already start to see this forming. And then we'll glue the head. I try to glue it where the seam is, just to try to hide as much as I can of the seam. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue the body. And I'm just going to do it at a slight angle. I think that's really pretty. But that's where the creative part of this comes. So you can do this however you would like, and with whatever color combinations you would like. And each one you make will be unique and different just because of the color combination. So that's this one that we just made together. Now, this is the one I made before. The way you get this to be hard and solid and shiny is a 2-step process. The first step is Mod Podge, which I will show you. So this is the Mod Podge. It comes in matte, it comes in shiny, totally up to you what you want to use. So once this is dry, what you're going to do is you're going to put some down on a piece of paper. You really don't need that much. And then you can use your finger, but if you have a sponge brush, it's even better, and you can actually buy these at the dollar store and you can reuse them, but if you just wash it with water, very easy to clean. And then once it's dry, you're just going to go ahead, mine isn't quite dry yet, and brush a liberal amount. You really want a lot on here. It will dry clear. And this just helps hold everything together. I'm being very gentle because mine isn't really quite dry enough to be doing this. And then you'll let this dry and then go ahead and flip it and do the other side. And this really does hold everything really nicely in place. And this will help hold everything together. Make sure you get the sides and everything. So that'll dry. And then once you've done both sides, you're going to take some form of an acrylic spray. I like it glossy. And you spray the whole thing. And that's what's going to make it very, very sturdy. And then on the back side, if you'd like, you can add magnets or you could add twine and make it a hanger. That's totally up to you. But I just think this is so beautiful and it looks really lovely on your refrigerator, as a Christmas ornament, a gift topper. You could double tape it onto a greeting card so the person could remove it and use it later. Lots of ideas. Happy folding.